You are on India Today podcasts and you are in the Sledging Room. Right then, it's heating up in the T20 World Cup. The semifinals races is pretty intense as you would expect it to be at this stage towards the last week of the Super 12s games. Of course, there have been a couple of upsets. Zimbabwe beating Pakistan, probably headlining all these games through the last week. Of course, India also went down to South Africa. We'll talk about that. That's going to be the crux of our podcast today on the 21st episode of the Sledging Room. And if you don't know it already, we have been bringing this to you also on video. I have with me Saurabh today. Akshay has taken a back seat and Rohit Sharma, the nervous Rohit Sharma. I realized his body language was a little just before the podcast. So he's joined us for the first time. It's his debut on the Sledging Room. But what are we talking about? We're talking about fairly reasonably good Indian performance because, we spoke about that last time when they beat Pakistan and, of course, they went on to beat Netherlands. But that defeat against South Africa, there were some questions. And those questions were already asked on the Sledging Room. So we're going to follow up on those as well. We're going to talk about the chaotic team selection because it was a bit chaotic for those T20Is and ODIs in New Zealand and then the ODI and the Test series in Bangladesh. Sarfraz Khan not getting a call up. Suddenly, Dinesh Karthik and R. Ashwin out of the T20 frame. Rishabh Pant, who did not play the first three matches in the T20 World Cup, suddenly is the vice captain on the tour of New Zealand. So a lot of questions have to be asked on the Sledging Room. We don't know who's going to answer them. We try and fight among ourselves, but we'll figure them out quickly. But Rohnak, nervous or excited? Can't be both. Or you can be.
I am actually a bit of both.
Yeah.
Slightly nervous, more excited.
More excited. That sums it up well. Saurabh, back after your Chhat Puja vacation, how was it?
It was
There's a thekwa, by the way.
I will bring it tomorrow. I knew that you all were going for a lunch today.
Yeah.
So I did not bring it.
Okay.
But it was very nice.
All right. Anna's quietly smiling at the back, but she also has to. We look at all our Bihari and our UP friends to bring us some thekwa. It's been 2 days since Chhat. Nothing yet. But nothing yet se bolne se nahi hoga. India, South Africa, lot of questions, Saurabh. KL Rahul, poor form. Rohnak has looked much more confident on his first debut, on his first episode of the Sledging Room than KL Rahul, right? Huh?
It's a facade.
At least put on a facade.
Exactly.
Pretend to be strong.
You have to put it on.
Yeah. What's going on? What's going on with Rohit Sharma's form? What's going on with Virat Kohli again with the short pitch deliveries? Again, a lot of Aiden Markram said India did nothing wrong. You had to take on the shorter balls, faster balls with those hooks. But short selection and the team selection, complete chaos, Saurabh.
Exactly. I mean, if you all watched that match against South Africa, what happened in that match? Our top order failed. Thanks to that blazing knock of Suryakumar Yadav, we posted 130 plus total. And then that fielding effort, what was wrong with Rohit Sharma and Virat Kohli? These two are the most experienced players and they have been one of the best fielders, if you'll see, around the world.
Yeah.
What was that fielding? After that, and what is this thing of playing Deepak Hooda at number 7 and not giving him a single over? When Ashwin was getting bashed, why couldn't you try Deepak Hooda to bowl at least 1 over?
Yeah.
You needed to break that partnership. You dropped a catch. You missed out a run-out chance. And then you lost it. You won against Pakistan. That game was also won on the last delivery, thanks to a brilliant innings by Virat Kohli. Netherlands, Rohit Sharma was extremely scratchy. If you see that knock, he scored at 50, but even he would also accept that he was not very happy with the kind of knock he played. So where are we going in this tournament?
But here's the thing, right? India probably have 1 foot across the line in the journey to the semifinals. But these are questions, Rohnak, that have been asked before. KL Rahul doesn't score quickly enough. He doesn't score in the games that matter. Suryakumar Yadav, we've been saying this for the last several episodes on the Sledging Room. He's India's best T20 batter. You bring Deepak Hooda in. Okay, we've discussed this Deepak Hooda conundrum also. But was that the right move in Perth on a pitch where you would expect a lot of seam? Yeah. So either you are backing up your batting by picking a spinner on the basis of his batting performances, right? So Aksar over Chahal because primarily he's a better batter than Chahal. Yeah. Otherwise, both of them are finger spinners. Yes. Look at all the top contenders. Everybody has a good wrist spinner in that side. Okay, Tabraiz Shamsi was left out in Perth. Why? For a for an extra pacer. Lungin Giri came and did, that paid off. Man of the match.
Exactly.
Man of the match. Here, you leave out a spinner, right? A spin bowling all-rounder. You bring in a batter, fair enough. But do you also mean to say that in the previous matches, you had that same level of confidence in your bowling? So that's why, when I'm trying to formulate this thought process, we don't know what the thought process is. Yeah. All we know is Rahul Dravid comes to the press conference on the eve of a game against Bangladesh. He says, no, we're still going to back KL Rahul. The entire world knows how much we're going to back KL Rahul. They know our stance. Is that good enough?
I feel, it is very clear that KL Rahul hasn't been in the best of form. But I don't know if changing your opening pair right in the middle of the World Cup is the right way to go.
Why not? Why not? If it's not paying dividends, why not bring in something? Why not just make things move? This format does not give you that kind of time, does it, to settle down?
It is not just about KL Rahul batting badly. It is about KL Rahul batting badly at the top. So maybe the better thing or the safer thing to do is just move the order around. Maybe you can start Virat Kohli up top with Rohit Sharma, or you can...
Yeah, again, see, when you're talking of Virat Kohli at the top, he has opened the innings, but that was very makeshift, right?
Yeah.
The other problem is, what Rohnak is also highlighting by saying that, is that you don't have a specialist opener in your ranks. Yeah. Who do you bring in? Let's say, obviously, KL Rahul, we now know from Rahul Dravid, KL Rahul is virtually untouchable. He's also the vice captain. Yeah. They won't drop him because he has the backing of the coach. I'm not insinuating that just because the coach and the vice captain of, I'm not insinuating that. I'm just saying that, he has the backing of the coach.
He has the backing of the coach.
And the captain, presumably. Now, here's the thing. Even if you were to look past KL Rahul, do you suddenly say, okay, Rishabh Pant, go out and open with Rohit Sharma, though he has been tried for that specific role. Deepak Hooda, we know what sort of damage he can do in the top three. Obviously, he's not going to bat number 3. Number 3 is taken. So, what happens from here on? Because... Saurabh, the hard questions have to be asked is because you saw what happened against a quality bowling attack. Pakistan, by the way, is not a quality T20 team. We all want to beat Pakistan. We want to get the better of Pakistan. That defeat in Dubai last year was an aberration. Shouldn't have happened.
Yes.
Pakistan is not a quality T20 team. It's not a good T20 team. A lot of people are going to be diplomatically, politically correct. We on the Sledging Room, Rohnak, we are not political. We don't want to be politically correct. We want to state facts. Pakistan is a rubbish T20 team. Let's just say it for what it is. That victory over Pakistan, again, thanks in no small measure to Virat Kohli. Exactly. Your opener struggled there. You scored runs against the Netherlands, rightly pointed out by Saurabh. Rohit Sharma looks scratchy. Then you come to South Africa. By the way, this Perth game did not just pop out of nowhere. Yeah. You would have known about this several months back. You should have strategized. Look at the way South Africa prepared. Bewildered. Bewildered is the word to use, Saurabh. But why is KL Rahul so untouchable? Is it because of the team composition, or is it because the captain and the coach just love him to bits?
I think the coach and the captain will be the best persons to answer this question. But if you take my opinion, my main concern is, like you actually pointed out, do we have any other opener in our side, T20I side?
Yeah, because he said Virat Kohli.
Yeah. So Virat Kohli, you talk about Virat Kohli, you talk about Rishabh Pant, you talk about Suryakumar Yadav, you talk about Deepak Hooda. They all have batted. 3 of them have opened, but they are makeshift openers. Yeah. They are actually middle order batters. Yeah. You need someone like Prithvi Shaw in the lineup. But Prithvi Shaw, he has again been snubbed by the selection committee. Yeah. When you selected the squad for the New Zealand tour and for the Bangladesh series also, you did not pick him. Yeah. And he was actually very livid about that. Frustrated, he posted an image on social media. It went viral, and he has been scoring runs, and at very good rate. Even in IPL when he bats, he gives you and he uses that power play, which your openers have not been able to. Yeah. Neither KL Rahul nor Rohit Sharma. Yeah. So you need someone like that in your team. But KL Rahul has been backed. I don't know why he has been backed, despite failing and failing and failing. KL Rahul has not performed in any good game if you talk about it.
And put under pressure in the semi-final. Suppose you meet New Zealand or England or Australia, whoever it is. They have good pace attacks. Yes. Australia's pace attack has been a little under the pump because, even Ireland seemed to just run them a little. Exactly. It wasn't exactly a scare from Turner, but at least what they did was keep England in the hunt by defying Australia that net run rate, right?
Very much against the tide.
That was... So, my point is, suppose you run into New Zealand or England. See, it's not just about beating Pakistan. It's just not about reaching the semi-finals. The world's richest cricket board, the world's most hyped cricket team. You want to go to these ICC events and you want to win tournaments. The point is, it's not just about KL Rahul. Look, it's not just, it's not like we're singling out KL Rahul. Or it's not like we were singling out Virat Kohli earlier. It's not about singling cricketers out. It's not an individual sport. But do we have enough answers to these questions that we're asking, Rohnak? Again, like I said, it's not just about KL Rahul. Virat Kohli, I don't think that's going to happen because he's obviously a concrete number 3. He's the best number 3 in the world in the shorter formats of the game. Then your problem is also, like I said, the chaotic selection. Whether you want to go with that extra spinner who can bat a bit, or do you want a wrist spinner? Now do you want Deepak Hooda in Perth, where the ball is going to do a bit? Or would you rather have had Harshal Patel, who's no mug with the bat? He's not done much with the bat for India, but he, probably his confidence is dented. Now you brought Deepak Hooda. He's got a duck. Are you now going to ask him to sit out and get Akshar Patel in Adelaide, where you're playing against Bangladesh? What does that do to Deepak Hooda's confidence, who, by the way, did not even get a great, long enough rope before the World Cup? What's happening with this team is what I'm asking.
And Perth is such a hard place to just come in for your first World Cup match.
Yeah.
Arshdeep Singh said after the match that this was one of the spiciest tracks that he's bowled on. So clearly the ball was doing a lot. And we've seen throughout the tournament that openers haven't really had the best of times. Compared to other World Cups, where we could see the likes of Rohit Sharma, say in the 50-over World Cup, and Rohit Sharma and Shikhar Dhawan, David Warner doing so well even on tracks in England. But this time, maybe because of a lot of rain before the World Cup, the track is doing a bit more than it normally does in Australia. So, fast bowlers are getting a lot more purchase, and that's the issue with India. Like you pointed out, that not that the best T20 players in India are not actually in the squad.
Exactly. That's the thing, right?
Point, yes.
I mean, we'll talk about the best T20 cricketers, right? Because Prithvi Shaw posted a piece on his Instagram story. Then Umesh Yadav was a little frustrated. A lot of people asking questions of the selectors as far as Sarfraz Khan is concerned. Why? Because on Monday evening, the Indian selection committee announced several squads actually, for the tours of New Zealand and Bangladesh. India, T20 and ODI in New Zealand, and then the ODI and the Test series in Bangladesh. Quickly from the two of you, before we also head back to the World Cup, where we're going to discuss Pakistan and Australia, what's wrong with the defending champions. Saurabh, no Sarfraz Khan. Robin Uthappa rightly pointed out, what's the point of domestic cricket if you are going to score truckloads of runs and not be eligible to make a foray into the Test team? Hanuma Vihari sidelined. I thought that was a little unfair. That's a little hard because he's done the hard yards in tough conditions. He's got you runs, right? That memorable partnership with R. Ashwin in Sydney. That was a terrific knock. That has to count among the greatest fight backs in Indian cricket overseas. He's not there. Rahane obviously didn't do anything to merit a comeback. Agreed. Prithvi Shaw, poor guy, has been doing everything he can in the shortest format. Doesn't get a look in. What's going on? Really, what's going on? And to top that, the icing on the cake is, why announce the squad in the middle of the World Cup?
Exactly.
Why? Why could you have probably not, looked at, maybe, waited for the group stages to get over?
You just can't figure it out. What is wrong with this selection committee? What is wrong with the team management?
Sorry, before you can, I also want to highlight the fact that the Indian team is traveling to New Zealand right after the World Cup.
Yes.
Could they not have waited, say, till the 6th of November, 7th of November for the Super 12s to be at least over? Because India still have not finalized the semi-final lineup yet. Right? India, officially they're not into the semi-finals. I'm sure they'll get there. But what was the tearing rush to do it now?
Exactly. And if you have heard that press conference of our chief selector Chetan Sharma, he's saying that we are looking into players. We know that Prithvi Shaw, Sarfraz Khan, they are performing, but we want to give these players a longer rope. What is this talk of longer rope?
Which players is he giving a longer rope to?
The team which has played, and we have rested a couple of players. Virat Kohli is not there, Rohit Sharma is not there. In talking about New Zealand. And even KL Rahul is not
back for Bangladesh, for the Bangladesh ODI.
Yeah. So I don't understand what is this management trying to do. If you talk about Hanuma Vihari, yes, it has been unfair on him. You talk about Ravi Bishnoi. What wrong has he done to be not playing after that Pakistan game? It was not he who lost the game. It was the team who lost the game, right? And then we have not been able to pick him. I don't know why he has not been picked. Then you talk about these
And
players.
he was good against
Yes.
Pakistan in the Asia Cup.
And
He bowled a
I
pretty
agree
good
with
spell.
Robin Thappa.
Yeah.
Then why will these players play domestic cricket if you don't have to select players on the basis of the form and the runs they have scored in domestic cricket?
This is my problem, Saurabh, Ronak. This has been my problem. Dinesh Karthik scored runs in the IPL. He had that approach, that daredevil approach with Royal Challengers Bangalore. He makes his way back into the Indian team at 37, right? Nearly 40. Sarfraz Khan, fine young talent, scores so many runs, and this is not the first Ranji season where he's done well. You know, for all of you who follow domestic cricket, you know that Sarfraz Khan has been there. He's been doing that.
He's a run
machine.
Yeah.
This season, the last season, he was spectacularly good. Doesn't get a look in. Does not even get a mention in the test team. Or in any of the other formats. It's not like you wouldn't want to try a player who's done well in the Ranji Trophy and you don't want to try him in the ODI squad. And look at the ones that we're getting back to. Rajat Patidar, Rahul Tripathi, they all went to Zimbabwe. Not a single game. Now, I don't know whether they're going to get, how many more games they're going to get. Shikhar Dhawan's strike rate has been an issue. Yes. Is this a period where you're saying that, okay, Shikhar Dhawan is probably going to be your first choice opener alongside Rohit Sharma in the World Cup next year? You're not even a year away from the World Cup, from the ODI World Cup, right? Playing at home. So is Shikhar Dhawan now then your sure shot partner with Rohit Sharma? You have Shubman Gill, who's doing phenomenally well in ODIs. In every opportunity that he's got, Saurabh is doing very well. You haven't even seen what the likes of Rajat Patidar and Rahul Tripathi can do in the T20 format or in the ODI format. Shreyas Iyer is there, not there. Again, it's a little dicey with him because I'm not exactly sure what sort of a player he will be overseas. But since the World Cup is in India, you want to look at Shreyas Iyer and say that maybe, he's that pick. But again, repeating it for the umpteenth time, this chaotic, confused approach from the selectors, the team management, everything is just, I've been covering the sport for nearly 2 decades, but it's just getting over my head now.
Yeah, you don't really understand if they're trying to give certain kind of players chances or if they want the likes of Shikhar Dhawan to just, have a last chance to prove themselves, or Dinesh Karthik, just go have a last dance at the World Cup. And, maybe you can do something for the country. You don't really understand what's their mindset when they pick the team. It's, like he said, very scattered.
Very scattered, and also the fact is that, Saurabh, you come back a little, you come back to the test format. All right, it's a much more settled lineup there. It's not, we have also struggled in that format of late. Obviously. We lost in South Africa. We lost that rescheduled test match in England. It was also partly down to preparation. So it's been a year since Rahul Dravid has taken charge, right? Almost a year, because at the end of the World Cup, Ravi Shastri handed over the reins of the coaching staff to Rahul Dravid. A year is a fair enough landmark, a fair enough timeline in international sport to look at what has happened. And you have to accept that, whether it's fast bowling, our stocks are still the same, but we haven't been able to, pull off those performances. Fine, you're looking at some new prospects now. Umran Malik is back again after a couple of games in Ireland. You're looking at Yash Dayal. You're looking at Kuldeep Sen. So you're looking at some young fast bowlers. You probably want to build the next stock, the next assembly line of pacers. Fair enough. But are you giving them that long rope? A lot of people have argued, why not Umran Malik? Why wouldn't you play him for the World Cup, for instance? Maybe that's a safety first approach from the selectors. They don't want to expose a young fast bowler, very talented, raw, rough around the edges, straight in the World Cup or in the T20 format where you're going to be more mercilessly treated by batsmen. Maybe the ODI is a way to start. But who would you blame this on? The team management, the selection committee, or would it be fair to say that Rahul Dravid as coach has so far displayed he has not displayed a clear vision yet. He has not yet. Can we be fair and say that?
See, Rahul Dravid is the coach of Indian cricket team for last 1 year. Do you guys remember he was the captain of Indian team? Then also, if I remember, there were a lot of confusions. Yeah. You had Irfan Pathan, who was brilliant, but he used to.
But that was also the Greg Chappell era.
Obviously, it was Greg Chappell era, but now he's the head coach. He has got Rohit Sharma with it. Then he has Chetan Sharma's selection committee. What is he trying to do? Mohammad Shami was not there in this lineup, T20 lineup for last 1 year. He did not play a single T20I. And just before the T20 World Cup, he's back in the squad. R. Ashwin, he plays in the New Zealand series after the T20 World Cup. Then he's thrown out. He plays in the West Indies. He comes back. And now again, he has been dropped. What is the approach with the Indian head coach? And mind you, this T20 World Cup is going to be a tough one for, not Virat Kohli, I'm really sorry, for Rahul Dravid and Rohit Sharma, and especially for Rahul Dravid. If India fail to make the semi-finals, which they won't, as far as I believe it, if they fail to make it to semi-finals, Indian head coach is going to have a tough time because he could not win a test in England. He lost the ODI series and the test series in South Africa. And whatever he has done on the home tracks.
Yeah. No, but see, again, the fact is, it's not just the coach. What about the captain? And look, I obviously India will reach the semi-finals, but for us, the marker should be to win that World Cup.
Yeah, of course.
1 decade is a long time, and you keep on, talking about India being being the most hype, the most exciting cricket nation in the world, this and that, superpower, right? Yeah. You want to win ICC tournaments, boss, and ICC tournaments are now being played every year. Every year. So when was the last time you won the T20 World Cup? The only time was in 2007. The last time you won an ICC event was in 2013. Yeah. It's been nearly 10 years. You want to do that. But why just the coach? Why not the captain? Rohit Sharma, why will nobody talk about his fitness or lack thereof? That run out where he missed Aiden Markram's stumps. Any cricketer who is remotely who takes remote pride in his fitness should have affected that.
Seriously.
His batting has become scratchy. Don't tell me that, he's been there, done that. What is he doing currently? He's the captain of the Indian team. Don't talk about his age. Why is he not fit? What is with Rohit Sharma? And it is not to body shame anybody.
No,
but
it's not about body
elite
shame.
Athletes, fitness, you are the ones who started with fitness. Yo-yo test, this, that.
Yes. And you are the captain of the team.
The captain of the team.
Lead from the front.
Is he fit enough to be on that field?
Yeah, I mean, a fantastic batter. We've all seen what he's done. But yes, fitness is an issue because, like he said, any cricketer worth his salt has to complete that run out.
Yeah.
He could have literally ran towards the wicket and taken the wheels off. But yeah, I mean...
that was not meant to be because it was Rohit Sharma.
Yeah, if it was anybody else in the team, that was a clear run out and maybe we get back in the game. But yes, his captaincy has been an issue. Before he was captain, he was in fantastic form for not just 1-2 years, for the last 5-6 years. He was great for India up top. But since he's been given the responsibility of the captain, I think it is weighing a bit on his shoulders. And along with Rahul Dravid, but I mean, there are two sides to this thing. Saying that Rahul Dravid hasn't really had his imprint on the team is true. You could see a Ravi Shastri team. This was a Ravi Shastri India team. But you can't really say that about this Rahul Dravid squad. So maybe he needs a bit more time along with Rohit Sharma
fair enough,
to
maybe
gel together.
But again, Rohnak, what you're saying is fair enough. But also to understand this issue, 1 year is a fairly good enough timeline in international cricket. And Rohit Sharma is not just about his fitness. Maybe you'll suddenly see him scoring a quick 100 in the semi-finals or quick 50 in the final. Maybe India will lift the World Cup and come back home. But when they do it, we'll all eat humble pie together on the sledging room. And let them do it first.
That has to happen first.
There have been way too many mishaps along the way. There have been way too many selection chaos along the way. There have been way too many tactical blunders along the way. So a lot of that have to be addressed. R. Ashwin not bowling the final over. Rohit Sharma comes and tells you that, look, we've seen what happens to spinners in the World Cup when they bowled last. But you also have to look at the number of runs you're defending. You have to look at the conditions. Could Shami and Arshdeep have bowled those 2 overs before Ashwin came in and maybe tried to defend 12 or 13 instead of Bhuvneshwar trying to defend 8 runs. So there are issues that have to be addressed, and once they win the World Cup, we'll probably all eat cake with humble pie written on it. I'd be the first.
I want that to happen.
I would want that to happen.
We all
I would gladly want
yes.
that to happen. We should get everyone on the sledging room and do that. But that will be a special episode if that happens. However, before we we wrap this up, Pakistan ke saath problem kya hai? What's going on with Pakistan? Of course, they've won against the Netherlands, but that Zimbabwe shocker. Thinking too much, overthinking.
No, but you have to give credit to Zimbabwe also.
Of course.
They played brilliant cricket. Sikandar Raza. He was prime Sunil Narayan in that match. The way he bowled. And with Pakistan, even when they won that 2 points in the first ever game in Australia in a T20I, you could see they were struggling to score those runs also against the Netherlands attack. Rizwan was caring about his 50. He always bats for himself. It looks like Babar and Rizwan. They don't know how to play power play. Yeah. Pakistan is playing T20I cricket of 2007.
Yeah.
That is their approach in this game. They don't have a middle order. They depend on their paces to bowl out the opposition, but their batters can't do anything.
Yeah, they have 6 top order batsmen in their team, and they play just Haider Ali and all these guys they open for Pakistan.
No,
And now they're playing in like number 6, number 7.
and Asif Ali, Haider Ali, what they do in that team, what they're doing in that squad is not very clear because Mohammad Rizwan, and by the way, their form, we talked about Mohammad Rizwan's form in the lead up to the World Cup. He's not lived up to that. Babar Azam has been a thorough disappointment. His captaincy has been it's just been ridiculous to say the least, to use that word on the show. And they're experts, the former cricketers, they just don't hold back.
That is the best thing about Pakistan.
That is actually the best thing about this World Cup.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Pakistan cricket is the gift that never stops giving, right? You look at the team, there will be some controversy or the other. They go and lose to Zimbabwe. All their campaign is almost over.
It's almost over.
It's dithering. I mean, from here on, you never know. Pakistan are comparing this to 1992. Different format,
They have to do
different
it.
format
Some
of
hoop,
matches.
some hoop, yeah.
Yeah, because different format of the tournament. So
Yes.
all of that is very different. But I think it's it's all good as over. But the way their experts lash out at them, the way those former cricketers, it is entertaining sometimes.
And
to
the
listen. Yeah.
adjectives those cricketers
Yeah,
use
gosh.
to
We can't-
describe.
we can't
we can't
even-
talk about that.
Even on the sledging room.
Even on the sledging room, we can't talk about
it.
that. These cricketers, and what I have seen is, I will not name out cricketers, but I have seen a lot of fringe cricketers who have been out of the squad for a lot of time, but all of them, they're sitting on different Pakistani news channels and they're promoting each other. He should have been there, he should have been there.
Yeah.
Had he been there, we could have won that match. What is this? This Pakistan cricket entertainment at its best.
If when you're disappointed,
Yeah.
when you were disappointed when India lost to South Africa, you should go back and listen to some of these Pakistani
Yeah.
channels.
Oh.
It's entertaining.
You could see they were crying their
That
hearts
is
out.
that is actually what I did once we lost to South Africa. I went on YouTube and I saw some videos of Pakistani fans
Yeah.
who were hilariously just blaming India कि ये तो जानबूझ के आ रहे हैं. They just don't want Pakistan to
They have been doing it. They
move
did
up
it.
the world.
Yeah, they did it in 2019 World Cup also. So your team does not know how.
That's why we said that Indian fans and Indian media are far more
Yeah,
matured
exactly.
than
Your team
their
does not know
Pakistani
how to win
counterparts.
matches
Yeah.
in a World Cup, and then you go and blame.
नहीं
the
हमें
other
जानबूझ
team.
के नहीं हारना because you don't want to do that in a World Cup setup. It's
Obviously,
like even with your semi-final.
Had we won that South Africa game, our semi-final chances would have been fixed.
Yeah.
So why would we lose that game?
Almost there. But anyway, I mean, I think. Look, anything can happen between now and next episode of the Sledging Room. But as of now, it just looks like South Africa and India from Group 2, New Zealand from Group 1. That is pretty split open. England, Sri Lanka, Australia.
Sri Lanka, yes.
It's a pretty crazy group there because of what has happened. Couple of upsets here and there. Washouts, you never know. You never know what can happen. But Ronak, how was it?
Great.
What was your first impression of the Sledging Room coming in to this studio?
I think
Yeah.
I don't know. I think I was slightly more nervous than
Yeah, you settled in well.
Yeah, I think
Settled in
You were
went
nervous
well.
when you were coming in, but now I don't think you are nervous.
Yeah,
KL
yeah.
Rahul,
Now I'm fine.
KL Rahul, if you're watching this podcast, this is the way
You need to
do it.
learn from Rohit.
Even if you're a little, slow to start off, learn from Ronak. But if you are watching us on YouTube or if you are listening to us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, etc., you can always rate this podcast and leave your comments. And in case you want to reach out to us, you want to write to us, you want to tell us how terrible Saurabh is, how great Ronak is, how bad I am, you can always email us at pods@indiatoday.com. And of course, you can also reach out to us via WhatsApp and ping us on 8588966996. And in case you enjoyed this episode, do come back for the next, because the next episode on the Sledging Room promises to be a lot spicier. Hopefully by then India would have sealed their semi-final berth and we will come back to you with a cleaner and clearer lineup to the last four. Thank you so much. Have a great week. Wish the Indian cricket team all the best from the Sledging Room. Thank you. You are on India Today podcasts and you are in the Sledging Room.